Welcome back, guys. A quick video for you to understand the graph and to identify that whether it is representing a function or a relation. Okay, so let's begin by taking an example of a ball thrown upwards, and while it is in the air, the time taken by it to once again come back to the ground is given by this equation: y is equal to 5x into bracket 6 minus x. The data recorded are shown in this table. X-axis representing the time in seconds and y-axis representing the height in meters. And plotting them on the graph will give you this thing. Okay, so let's see some observations as well from the graph. First of all, we are getting some ordered pairs containing x and y coordinates. Second point is that the x-axis value is not repeating. In this case, if you try to look at the tabular form here, you can see that the x value never repeats. And third point is that the graph is a smooth curve, mostly a parabola. Okay, let's take this graph further and try to compare this graph with one more graph, which is representing the circle. And let's try to identify the differences between them. I will be first of all writing their ordered pairs. Okay. Now, if we look into the graph representing the circle, you will be able to identify the 2 points where for the distinct y values, your x value is actually remaining the same. And that points are 5, 0 and 5, 10. Whereas there is no such thing that is identified in this graph. So this fundamental difference basically says whether the given graph is a relation or a function. So if the graph has the same x coordinate for the different y values, it is basically representing a relation, and the graph which is not having such things is known as function. So you need to understand and remember this thing in order to distinguish the two things, relations and functions. Let's try to understand this thing in more detail by taking one example, that how to find out whether a given graph represents the function or a relation. So the thing is very simple. It is actually determined by a vertical line test. Now vertical line test itself says that we can draw a simple vertical line which is passing through the graph in such a way that it is meeting the graph simultaneously at 2 points. Okay, so here you can easily see that once again that graph is meeting at these 2 points with this vertical line, and at that point the graph is having the different y value for the same x value. Let's identify those values. They are 1, 1 and 1, minus 1. So obviously from the previous slide we understood that if this is happening, the different y values having the same x coordinate value, that means the graph is representing a relation. Okay, so this is how you can check and identify the graph and say that whether it is a function or a relation. We shall be meeting again and discussing about the domain and range of the graphs. Till then, take care of yourself and please do not forget to subscribe to our channel. Thank you.